what options do we have for good quality fiber, right? Because you kind of touched on it. We have good digestible fiber that has value, and then we have indigestible fibers. So what types of good quality products should we be looking at for fibrous components for the sow?
That's a good question, and you bring up a good point about alfalfa meal. I mean, there was a lot of work done anywhere from 30 to 40 years ago looking at alfalfa meal in sow diets. And interestingly, there was some benefit shown even in terms of sows that lasted through parity 3 when they fed a higher alfalfa meal diet. I have some work that Steve Pullman had done back in the 1970s, early 1980s. Giving a shout out to Steve there. But in terms of fiber sources, as we well know, besides some of the ethanol-derived co-products and maybe wheat middlings here in the Eastern Corn Belt and other locations in the U.S., there's not a huge source of economical, high-quality fibrous ingredients, especially when you talk about soluble fiber. In terms of breaking down the functional characteristics of fiber, there's some data showing that it's actually the balance of fiber, in terms of ratio of insoluble fiber to soluble fiber, that may be more indicative of the physiological effects of fiber than just fiber per se. So I think some of this comes back to having an understanding of the fiber that's in our current ingredients that we're feeding. I know the current company I'm working for, AB Vista, we have a database of NIR data on global ingredients, and the variation within an ingredient, for example, corn or wheat mids or even DDGs, is somewhat interesting. And is there a way to even capitalize on that when it comes to formulating our diets from a fiber perspective? I think now as we start generating more of these analytical tools to be able to delve down into, okay, what are the fibers and fiber types and fiber sources that are associated with benefits and performance, I think we can start asking more of those questions and validating those results that are seen in smaller scale studies that clearly need some replication.